Hi guys, so I made a video on my TikTok showing you guys how to make these magnetic bookmarks, but it was a little fast, so I thought I would bring it over to YouTube and give you guys a long form version. I make these bookmarks using printable magnetic sheets and my Cricut, so stay tuned if you guys want to learn how to make them. Alright, so as always with these bookmarks, you want to start in Cricut Design Space and you're going to upload your image. I found this one on Google. You also want to make sure that the image you're using is set to print and cut. Next, you want to take your image and you're going to resize it. I like to resize my image until it's about around 2 inches long. Now that our image is set to size, we're going to add an offset to it. An offset just creates a border around your image. This part is optional, but I like the way that it looks. Once you have your offset set, you can choose if you want a big offset, a thin offset, or no offset at all, but I'm going with the thinner one. It's automatically going to be black, so I select the offset and I change mine to white because I like the way it looks with a white background. Now that we have our offset, we need to add the offset and the image together. So we're going to select both of them and then we're going to go over to where it says flatten and we're going to flatten our image together. That way it's going to move as one instead of being two separate pieces. Once we have that, we're going to duplicate our image because we need a front side and a back side to our bookmark. We're going to take that duplicate image and we're going to place it on top of the first one. Once you've done that, you're going to take your duplicate image and you're going to flip it vertical. That way it's a mirror image of the first one we did. After that, you're going to select both of those images and you're going to go over to where it says align. You're going to either align your image to the left or the right. I just chose the left, but you can choose whichever one you prefer. My two images were a little too close for my liking, so I'm going to drag them apart some and then I'm going to go over and realign them just to make sure I didn't mess them up. So I'm going to align them back to the left, and once I'm happy with how they are, I'm going to go over to shapes and I'm going to add a square. Once we have our square, I'm going to drag it to the center of both of those images. It's automatically going to be black, but because my border is white, I'm going to go ahead and change that square to white as well. This square piece is going to act as a connector to both of our images, so you want to adjust the width of that square until you're happy with how wide it is. Once you're happy with the width, you're going to select the square, go to arrange, and you want to send that square to the back. Next, you're going to select those first two images and you're going to flatten those together so they're one piece. Once you've done that, you want to select the two images and the square, and we're going to make sure they're all centered. So once you've done that, you're going to go over to align and center them. That way your square is in the middle. After you've done that, you're going to select those images one more time and we're going to flatten them. That way, instead of it being three separate pieces, they're all going to cut as one. This next step is optional and it's only if you have a scoring tool. I'm going to add a score line to the center of my bookmark. That way I know where to fold it after it's done cutting. So I'm going to go over to shapes, select line, and we're going to make sure it's set to score. Once I've done that, I'm going to adjust the sizing of it and add it to the center of my design. Next, I'm going to select all of those images and I'm going to make sure it's centered. Now that it's centered, I'm going to select the bookmark piece and that score piece and I'm going to attach them together. Attaching is different from flattening. It's not going to make the score line a part of the image, but it's going to make it score in that center instead of scoring randomly on the page somewhere. After finishing my design, I duplicated it about 4 times and we're ready to send it off to our printer so we can cut everything out. So I'm adjusting it just to make sure I like where everything's positioned. If I made them a little bit smaller, I probably could have fit one more bookmark on that page, but this works for me. So you're going to send it over to your printer. The magnetic sheets that I'm using are glossy and they work with any at-home inkjet printer. Once we print our sheets, we're going to go over to browse all materials and I'm going to search for the material that I'm using. I typed in magnet and they have a printable magnetic sheet function and that's the one I'm going to use. After selecting that, I'm going to go over to where it says pressure and I'm going to do more. And it also says load tools or materials. I'm going to edit my tool because it automatically wants to do a scoring wheel, but I'm going to change it to a scoring stylus. Now remember, if you don't have a scoring tool, then don't do the score line on there and you'll be fine. Now the magnetic sheets that I use are the Stone City Glossy Inkjet Printable Magnetic Sheets. I bought these on Amazon. I have them in the description below. They have a glossy version and a matte. So if the glossy version doesn't work for you because you have maybe like a Cricut Explorer 2, then go ahead and get the matte version instead. This is what they look like once printed. Remember, when you do print and cut with Cricut, it's gonna print out the registration marks on the corners. You don't have to add that to your design, it's automatic. So for this project, I'm using the Strong Grip mat. I thought it would be better to use this than the standard mat, but after making this video, I tried it with the standard mat and that works perfectly fine as well. Now with whatever mat you choose, just make sure that your magnetic sheets are adhered on there properly because you don't want them to move as you're cutting. Now before I cut everything out, I'm going to place my scoring stylus into slot A of my Cricut. If you don't already have one of these stylus, I'll have them linked below. I know the Cricut website has a sale every now and then, so if you are patient and you can wait on it, I would definitely suggest getting it on Cricut.com, but if not, I have the Amazon link below. If you've never done print and cut before with your Cricut, then I suggest you calibrate it before doing this. Before cutting out your image, your Cricut is going to read the registration marks that's on the four corners of your design. If for some reason your Cricut isn't reading these marks, I've seen people add like matte tape on top of it and use a Sharpie, and it works that way as well. If you have a newer model of the Cricut, you shouldn't have any issues with that, but I know the older versions do have a problem reading like glossy paper. This is what the bookmarks look like fresh out of the Cricut. As you can see, they cut around everything nicely. So I went through and I tried to peel it off of the mat like this, and that's what I was saying before. The standard grip mat is going to work just fine because with the strong grip mat, it was hard to peel the images off of it. So what I did instead, after peeling off that first one, I took the mat and I flipped it over, and instead of peeling the paper away from the mat, I pulled the mat away from the paper, and that made it so much easier to take the bookmarks off of it. Alright, and so after peeling the bookmarks away, this is what they look like. If you look closely, you can see the score line that I made on there. I'm just going to fold my bookmark over and I'm going to fold it at that score line. If you didn't add a score line on there, then I suggest lining your bookmark up at the bottom and then folding it once you have it aligned. These bookmarks are super cute. I like them because they're going to lay flat in your book. I've seen some people make the magnetic bookmarks that actually have like a little thicker magnet in there, and they look really cute, but they don't sit flat in your book. So I don't know if it would mess up the spine, but these do sit flat. Now on my TikTok video, somebody did leave a comment saying that they tried to make these bookmarks before, but the magnets wouldn't stick with each other. This paper works perfectly fine for me. The magnet definitely sticks, but I can't vouch for any other kind of magnetic sheets. So if you want to try those before, you definitely can. But I know that these magnetic sheets do work because they're the ones that I tried myself. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment and let me know if you guys have tried these bookmarks or if you're interested in making your own. Also, let me know what other crafts you want to learn how to make with me. Thanks for watching. Bye.